Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. We're going to talk about Blizzard again, and we're not going to talk specifically about the allegations in the lawsuit at Blizzard. You know, the Cosby suite. Yeah, we're gonna mention it somewhat though, because Diablo II Resurrected is coming out. Yeah, remember that Diablo II Resurrected, where they fugified the Amazon. She looks like William Dafoe now. Yeah, that is still a thing. It's coming out. And one of the devs, I guess, came out and said that you should do what your conscience tells you to do and buy it or don't buy it, depending on what you feel is right. That's not really good marketing, is it? But at this point, I don't think Blizzard knows what to do. Like, seriously, Blizzard is a dumpster fire at this point. I'd forgotten Diablo II Resurrected was even coming out, and I used to play a lot of Diablo II back in the day. We had LAN parties, we played Diablo II, loved it. Saw early images of the remake and the Amazon. I'm like, what are you doing, Blizzard? But then you look at everything else going on at Blizzard, and you're like, oh yeah, this tracks. This totally tracks. So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 235,000 subs. Thank you for the support. Geeky is sitting this one out because she's never played Diablo. She has no desire to play Diablo. And she's like, yeah, I just don't care. I don't care about this. So I'm going to talk about it. Diablo II Resurrected is coming out. And yeah, it comes out about a month or two after this happened. The Blizzard developers' infamous Bill Cosby suite being talked about in relation to a lawsuit. Blizzard being sued by the state of California for having a frat party, frat boy culture. Lots of exits from the company, lots of disparaging articles written about the company. But they're going to promise to do better. We're going to do better. Lots of really weird promotions. People that have been with the company for just a couple of months all of a sudden are in charge, because I guess when everybody's jumping ship, you let the cabin boy in charge. I don't know. I don't know. This is coming from Kotaku, Australia. Diablo II Resurrected dev. Folks deciding if they will buy it should do what they feel is right. Do what they feel is right. In an interview with Axios Gaming on September 17th, the design director on the upcoming Diablo II remake explained that folks trying to decide if they should buy the game should do what they feel is right. Oh, okay. Because if people do what they feel is right or choose not to support games by certain people because of their, say, social media presence, they're Yahtzees. But in this case, you don't want to support the Cosby suite. So if you don't buy it, it's completely understandable, guys. We get it. We get it. You don't like us anymore. We're nasty. Many players don't want to support Activision Blizzard games after a recent lawsuit made public horrible stories and claims of abuse and harassment, mostly targeting women at the company. Diablo II Resurrected is the first major release from Blizzard since a damning lawsuit was filed on July 20th by the state of California Fair Employment and Housing after a years-long investigation turned up stories of multiple women suffering daily harassment and abuse while working at Blizzard. Diablo II Resurrected was announced back February of 2021. Quick cash grab, guys. Quick cash grab. Blizzard's like going, just side note here, like they're going back to the, just like Square Enix. I mean, they're doing the same thing. Like, let's go re-release Final Fantasy 1 for the umpteenth time. Before the lawsuit, so this is back in February. It's being developed by Vicarious Visions using the original source code and gameplay of the classic RPG, first released by Blizzard back in 2000. The studio was not specifically named in the suit and has in the past worked on non-Blizzard Activision titles, but the lawsuit and the fallout that followed have affected the team at Vicarious Visions. It was definitely very troubling to hear these types of things, said design director Rob Gallerani. And we really want to support our colleagues and our coworkers. The lawsuit included horrible stories of abuse after the suit became public. Kotaku learned of a hotel suite that was reportedly a booze-filled meeting place where many would pose with an actual portrait of convicted rapist Bill Cosby while smiling. They call him Puddin' Pop now. That's his prison name, Puddin' Pop. Since these stories and reports have surfaced, numerous former and current Blizzard higher-ups have apologized, with some leaving the company, including the president, J. Allen Brack. Games like World of Warcraft and Overwatch have also removed mentions and references to people named in the various claims of the lawsuit. McCree. They're renaming McCree. They're not coming out and saying it in the article, but they are renaming McCree because McCree worked on the game. McCree was in the Cosby suite, I guess. The real life McCree. Activision itself seemed quick to hide its logo and company name during the announcement of the latest Call of Duty. God, to be in such a place where you're ashamed to put your company logo in a game that you developed or helped work on. I mean, come on. As a result of this and the controversy, Gallerani told Axios that Vicarious Visions did a full scrub of Diablo II Resurrected to see if any references, names, or quests needed to be removed or changed. According to him, nothing was found. Yeah, so you're not going to get the puddin' pop in the dungeon. You're not going to find the puddin' pop, the most powerful weapon in the game, the puddin' pop. After the lawsuit became public and stories of harassment and abuse continued to be shared online by women and men, many players have struggled with buying the company's games or boycotting them. Again, I am not excusing or making excuses for or apologizing or anything for any of the shitty things that people at Blizzard did. Okay, so I want to be very clear about that. But why is it okay to boycott this game now? But if you're like, well, you know, your developers run at the mouth on Twitter. I don't think I'm going to buy your game. I don't think I'm going to buy your comic book. I don't think I'm going to watch your movie because your people won't shut up on Twitter. You're called a Yahtzee. You are. You're called like an alt-right Yahtzee. Like, oh my God. You know, just because Zoe Quinn has hot takes doesn't mean you can't buy this game or work for this company or buy her comic book. You're just a racist, misogynist piece of shit. But it's totally okay. Totally acceptable. In fact, encouraged to boycott the game because of what's gone down. I mean, you've got one of your business partners basically telling people to boycott the game. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Gallerani's comments to Axios seem to leave the decision up to the players, as it should be in any case, for any game, for any comic book, for any movie. Now, I'm telling you guys, you can't tell people that they're not allowed to choose with their money, you know, what they want to support. That they're not allowed to support what they want to support for whatever reason. That always should be. It always should be the case. Why is it not the case that you can't decide what to do with your own money? That should always be the case with any piece of entertainment. And if people are acting like shit on social media or making disparaging comments and you decide not to support them, then the companies just have to deal with it, don't they? Because that was your choice. But we have people that actually dogpile, you know, people who are like, I'm not going to support this company because of XYZ thing. They dogpile them. They're like, you're just a racist piece of shit. You're just an alt-right Yahtzee. You're a misogynist. How dare you not buy something you have no interest in buying? You have to support this. You have to support these people. Even if the product is dog shit, you have to support these people because they're on the right side of history. Anyway, in August, Kotaku reached out to employees at Blizzard and Activision about if they support fans boycotting upcoming games. Some didn't respond. That is probably the smartest thing. Others didn't want their comments to draw attention away from the Workers' Alliance current demands. And I think that's it. There is no right thing to say. There's no right thing to say. Well, I agree that the stories, these are comments. Well, I agree that the stories out of Blizzard are concerning. I'm not going to stop playing their games. The publicity they've received should be enough to drive change in their organization. Stop playing their games. I thought we were just talking about not buying them. It's worth noting that nobody in the original Diablo II dev team, to my knowledge, and nobody in the current Diablo II Resurrected dev team were involved in the Cosby suite. Nobody popped pudding. Sure, but those people have already been paid. The people who will be benefiting from your purchase are the people in charge of the company, who are the people responsible for this fiasco. Scummy CEOs are always getting your dollars. That is actually true. Blizzard can expect me to start buying their games again the day their employees have a strong union that secures basic wins like ending forced arbitration. Until then, fuck Blizzard. So never then. Never then. Activision Blizzard are on my list of treating their player base like walking wallets, along with Disney and many other companies. So I won't be buying anything of theirs until they treat the people who support them with their income as actual people instead. You're gonna be waiting a long time, I think. I think this is the beginning of the end of Blizzard as a brand. I mean, they're already scrubbing the logo off of games. They're gonna have to rebrand this company or something. They need a makeover. They need an extreme makeover. Blizzard Edition, Cosby Edition, Extreme Makeover Cosby Edition. I was actually kind of out because of this. I'm like, what the hell did you do to the Amazon? Now they have an official explanation for it. And I'm sure it's exactly what we thought. She was too hot. She's too pretty. Gotta make her look like Willem Dafoe. Blizzard explains why Diablo II Resurrected changes the Amazon character model. Recent interview, this is coming from Game Rant. In a recent interview, Blizzard explains the decision to change the appearance of the Amazon class in the upcoming Diablo II Resurrected. The original design of the Amazon in Diablo II was heavily sexualized and has been criticized by many over the years, by many on Resetera. The developers took these viewpoints into consideration when it came to changing Diablo II Resurrected. In an interview with Axios, the same interview, they've got like 25 articles coming from the same interview. It was explained that the developers wanted to make sure that all of the Diablo II Resurrected characters look like their role as opposed to people who rolled out of a nightclub. What the hell? Rolled out of a nightclub. There is an especially big spotlight on the sexualization of female characters in Blizzard games thanks to the ongoing lawsuit between Blizzard and the state of California. The lawsuit has accused Blizzard of gender discrimination and sexual harassment. You will never, ever, ever get a hot chick in a Blizzard game ever again. It will never, ever happen, ever again. Blizzard has responded to the lawsuit by censoring old World of Warcraft in-game art and promising to change McCree's name in Overwatch because he was named after Jesse McCree, who was part of the controversy. Though the changes made to the Amazon class in Diablo 2 were done well before the lawsuit. This is Blizzard. Like, this is, I talked about this before. And again, I'm not apologizing or condoning any of the shitty behavior. I want to be very clear about that. But this is, I guess I'm going to call end stage wokeness. We talked about it with Netflix too yesterday, that, you know, for all their signaling and that they were progressive and they were all about, you know, spotlighting women in entertainment. They're actually in the lawsuit now with a female chess grandmaster because they belittled her in a couple of lines in the Queen's Gambit. And this is Blizzard too. Like, we're going to try so hard not to offend people, not sexualize our characters from a game that's, you know, 20 plus years old now. From a game that's 20 plus years old. We're going to try very, very hard not to sexualize these characters because we're good people. Meanwhile, we're partying in the Cosby suite. You know, I'm just saying, usually wokeness is a mask that you wear when you're doing something wrong. And we've seen this time and time and time again. All these companies that they're like, look how woke and progressive we are. Oh, we're such good people. We're on the right side of history. Then it comes out that no, they actually have racist practices or sexist practices or whatever in their company. And it's just a facade. So anytime somebody virtue signals this hard, you know, they're probably hiding something. I mean, this is, you know, if you had asked me the same thing 3 years ago, even, I would have been like, no, that's not the case. That's not the case. They're legitimately, you know, everybody makes mistakes, and it's not the case. It's they're just, you know, getting with it, getting with the times, and things have to move on. That was 3 years ago. We've been covering this stuff enough over the last couple of years that I'm like, no, almost always when a company or an actor or an e-personality or whatever tries very, very hard to get you to think they're one of the good guys, they're probably hiding something, and they're probably doing the exact. I mean, it's just like, you know, they talk about people, you know, hypocritical Christians that maybe they go to church on Sunday and then Sunday afternoon they go home and beat the kids, or beat the kids on Saturday, cheat on the wife Saturday night, and then go to church. You know, it is like massively hypocritical. Now, in our case, I have no problem telling you I'm a shitty person and I do shitty things. I try not to be. I try to be less shitty. But, you know, I've had some bad takes here and there. I've done some shitty things. I definitely have my vices. You know, but I'm not going to try to convince you that I am the best person ever either. And these companies and these people, these celebrities, they always try to convince you they're the best people ever. Then when they screw up, people are shocked. They're like, oh my God, how could you? We thought you were somebody else. Anyway, That's my little side tangent here. So of course, if they're doing this, they're probably, you know, we need to make sure that, you know, our characters weren't too sexy as we're doing stuff in the Cosby suite. So yeah, it doesn't mean anything, guys. Sorry. Yeah, maybe we should all go play Sonic instead. Let's go play Sonic instead. Anyway, ultimately, it was the decision of Vicarious Visions as to how they wanted the Amazon class to be portrayed in the game. And it's not like it'll have any impact on gameplay. Besides this change, Blizzard otherwise seems to be sticking close to the original Diablo II and presenting a game that's faithful to the original. Some of the changes that have been made focus mainly on bugs and other issues, like the trap sim bug that will reportedly be removed as part of a day one patch, yada, 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 yada. Yeah, so yeah. Is this going to hurt sales? Yeah, I think so. But I think sales were going to be hurt before the Cosby scandal because people were looking at this like, what the hell? What the hell? It's like, buy our game, don't buy our game, we don't care. At least they're honest. Like, we don't give a shit if you buy our game. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. That's pretty much it, right? And that's kind of the case with everything. You know what, though? You don't really need to tell consumers that anymore. Consumers are already deciding what they want to spend their money on. There's a lot of stuff out there to spend money on. I mean, Blizzard was a heavy hitter back in the day, and there were not very many PC games that were on par with Warcraft and Diablo back when this game came out. Now there is a shit ton of games by a shit ton of companies that aren't Blizzard. So recommend you go find something else to play if you don't want to support them for whatever reason. I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.